Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
In low-income households across America, some children have no choice but to sleep on the floor or sofa, or they have to share a bed with other family members. When children are deprived of adequate sleep, their physical and emotional health are affected, and it is more challenging for them to do well in school. Luke realized that he had a mission to fulfill.
Supreme Master Ching Hai joyfully present the Shining World Caring Award to Luke Mickelson with a token-loving gift of $25,000 to support sleep in heavenly peace with all admiration, love, and gratitude. The children's smiles on their new gifted beds also really made us happy. May God always bless you and all involved abundantly.
Please continue watching to find out more.
Sat Sri Akal, that is Punjabi for hello. Sparkling viewers, I am Safi. The energetic people of Pakistan wish for you to be blessed with outer prosperity and inner fulfillment. Welcome to our show entitled Luke Mickelson Building Sweet Dreams for Kids in Need. Luke Mickelson was born and raised in Kimberly, a small city in Twin Falls County, Idaho, USA. His family belonged to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and were active members of the congregation. After studying business, marketing and management at Idaho State University, Luke got a job as an outside salesman for a water treatment company. His employer was pleased with his performance, and it was not long before he became a marketing manager. Meanwhile, Luke got married and started a family. By the time he was promoted to vice president of sales, Luke, a former high school quarterback, was coaching his children's sports teams. He enjoyed his career and busy family life. Around 2012, Luke began to have some doubts about his priorities and the direction of his life. When he was interviewed in 2019 for a podcast called Second Act Stories, Luke recalled that he was offered the option of owning the company he worked for, which could mean spending the next 30 years there. But he struggled within and asked himself, "Am I becoming the person I want to be?" Luke was the leader of a youth group at his church, and Christmas was a few weeks away. Somehow, he heard about a family that could not afford beds for their 2 children. Luke brought the subject up with the boys in his group, and they discussed what they could do to help the family. Although they could have bought a bunk bed or looked for a donor, Luke was inspired to turn this into a construction project for the boys. Using his daughter's bunk bed as a template, Luke bought the necessary wood and other supplies. Then he and the youths spent a few nights in Luke's garage making a bunk bed for the family in need. A few nights after the bed was delivered, Luke's internal struggle crystallized into a yearning for something from his childhood, the sense of fulfillment that came from doing what he was supposed to do. Even though he was unsure of many things, Luke knew he had done the right thing when he built a bed for those kids. So, burning with inspiration, he went out to the garage and started making another bunk bed. His wife, Heidi, was a little surprised, but eventually she and their children pitched in. What happened next became the turning point in Luke's life. He didn't know what to do with the second bed, so he put a photo of it on Facebook. He explained in the caption that it was his family's Christmas project and they wanted to give it to an underprivileged family in the community. The response was not what Luke expected. His post touched the heartstrings of friends and neighbors who offered to supply mattresses, sheets, pillows, and quilts. He also learned of a single mom and her daughter who had just come out of homelessness and needed a bed. When Luke went with Heidi and his best friend to deliver the bed, they were shocked to see that the little girl had been sleeping on the floor. As they assembled the bed, the joy on the child's face and her mother's tears of gratitude made an indelible impression on Luke. He told Heidi later that he did not want any kid in their town to have to sleep on the floor. Heidi shared his enthusiasm, and with friends from their neighborhood, they built and delivered 9 more bunk beds by the end of 2012. Luke's newfound sense of purpose was exactly what he had been missing. He did some research and discovered that in low-income households across America, some children have no choice but to sleep on the floor or sofa, or they have to share a bed with other family members. When children are deprived of adequate sleep, their physical and emotional health are affected, and it is more challenging for them to do well in school. Luke realized that he had a mission to fulfill, so he formed a non-profit organization called Sleep in Heavenly Peace, a line from the Christmas carol Silent Night. We will pause now for a brief intermission and a constructive message. Please stay with us here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program, Luke Mickelson, Building Sweet Dreams for Kids in Need on Supreme Master Television. From 2013 onward, Luke and his volunteer crew in Idaho built and delivered more bunk beds as the number of requests increased each year. Luke started sharing his construction and logistics experience with volunteers in other states who formed their own Sleep in Heavenly Peace or SHP chapters. In early 2017, the company where he had worked for 18 years became concerned that his involvement in his non-profit's activities meant less focus on the business. For about 6 months, he tried to recommit himself to his high-paying job, but he could not. Sleep in Heavenly Peace had become his passion, and he could not stop thinking about it. During the second act stories interview, Luke recounted coming home from work one evening in November 2017 and asking Heidi what he should do. If they wanted to pursue the charity, he would have to step down from his position at the firm. His wife was quick to reply, "You quit your job." For 6 years, she had witnessed the development of her husband's inspiration and could see that it was going to become something even bigger. Heidi knew that Luke needed to be in the driver's seat for the sake of the charity and his own happiness. At first, it was a challenging financial situation for the Mickelson family, but eventually another company offered Luke a less demanding job, and although the pay was about half of what he used to make, the new position gave him the time he needed for SHP. Then the manager of the local Lowe's home improvement store offered to partner with Luke, providing discounts on construction supplies and employee volunteers so that SHP could make more beds and faster. Also, in 2017, the non-profit's activity caught the attention of an American television producer named Mike Rowe. His reality TV show on Facebook Watch called Returning the Favor visited Twin Falls, Idaho and profiled Sleep in Heavenly Peace for an episode that was posted on February 13, 2018. With a view count of more than 9 million, the piece generated a massive surge in requests for beds and the number of people wanting to become SHP volunteers. By the end of the year, Luke had been named one of the top 10 CNN heroes of 2018 for his humanitarian work and was awarded a $10,000 prize. He told CNN, "I found that the need I have isn't financial. The need I have is seeing the joy on kids' faces, knowing that I can make a difference. Under Luke's leadership, Sleep in Heavenly Peace spread to 39 states in the US with 127 chapters, and nearly 15,000 volunteers built more than 4,100 bunk beds in 2018. The charity continued to gain momentum the following year. Luke was featured in People magazine, interviewed on the Hallmark Channel's morning talk show Home and Family, and celebrated on ABC's Good Morning America. In addition to ongoing support from Lowe's, SHP gained other major sponsors such as Lucid Mattresses, DeWalt, and Tribute Media. By the end of 2019, the organization had grown to 183 chapters in 44 states and 3 countries, and an estimated 50,000 volunteers had built over 15,000 bunk beds. Families who cannot afford a bed for their children may apply for one on the Sleep in Heavenly Peace website. Depending on where a family lives, their request will be forwarded to the closest SHP chapter for processing. Applicants are asked to be patient, however, since Sleep in Heavenly Peace has no paid employees. The number of beds that can be made and delivered depends entirely on volunteer builders and the donations that the charity receives. We respectfully salute Luke Mickelson and all Sleep in Heavenly Peace staff and volunteers for bringing much comfort and support to disadvantaged children. You all truly have large hearts and deep love for others.
Supreme Master Ching Hai joyfully present the Shining World Caring Award to Luke Mickelson with a token loving gift of $25,000 to support Sleep in Heavenly Peace with all admiration, love, and gratitude. The children's smiles on their new gifted beds also really made us happy. May God always bless you and all involved abundantly.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is deeply grateful to the beloved God for all the financial help, comfort and support to the afflicted and needy, and or any good cause over the years, as a humble vessel for His compassion and love toward His precious children.
To learn more about Sleep in Heavenly Peace, please visit shpbeds.org. Glorious viewers, thank you for being with us for our program. May the presence of God bring light to your mind and peace to your heart.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
برامجنا متوفرة بالعديد من اللغات. يرجى زيارة suprememastertv.com/schedule و suprememastertv.com/GPGW.